Moving on to a subject that I'm sure is close to all of your twisted hearts. Revenge. Nothing is sweeter than getting your own back, or at least that's what I think. It said you should keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. So now you know why these two are on every week. With our politicians seeking payback after paying back their expenses, we're putting revenge into the spotlight. Revenge. As Hazel Blears found out this week, hell hath no fury like a Prime Minister scorned. In the pages of a Sunday newspaper. Revenge! After she mocked his YouTube efforts, he tore into her expenses claims.
Hazel Blears has paid the money back. She has done so on the advice of me and other people. It is unacceptable behaviour, and she has accepted it is unacceptable behaviour.
And that's not the first time our great leader has been accused of getting his own back. It was said he was behind the rebellion that hounded him out of office. Doesn't he look sad to see his pal go? Of course, we all love a bit of vengeance. Remember this?
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
And this affair, when she told the world about him, after he didn't mention her in his book. And then there's our soap operas.
Chained to a pub with the bloody fight!
So, with revenge never off our screens and celebrity vendettas never off our tabloid pages, why do we all find the dish best served cold so tasty? Yeah, there was a lot of revenge in EastEnders, so who better to talk about it than Anita Dobson?
Hello.
Welcome to the programme.
Thank you.
Is revenge ever a good thing?
If you'd asked me that when I was about 21, I probably would have given you one answer. Now, sitting here at the old age of 60, no, I don't think it ever is. I think there's a case where if somebody does something bad to you and life perpetrates a sort of comeuppance, there's a great satisfaction to that. But I think if you personally perpetrate revenge, that it only leaves you feeling bad in the end.
It can't be sweet?
Not to my knowledge so far, no.
Well, there's early days, yeah.
It is, but I don't think really if you wish ill on anybody that it makes you feel any better, because people are prompted to do things by all sorts of reasons that are sometimes out of their control. And it's good to try and understand what prompted it rather than just hit out.
If you want revenge, if you're really after it, the best kind of revenge is a public revenge, I suppose.
And a sort of calm one too. I mean, the knee-jerk reaction, if somebody comes up to you in the street and hits you in the face, then I think it's understood that you would probably want to hit them back. That would be an immediate reaction, a knee-jerk one. And where I come from, that's a very common one. But I think in the cold light of day, if somebody hurts you, really you want to calmly sit down and actually make them be answerable for their actions.
Diane, you look like you've known a little bit of revenge.
Anita's a very caring person, obviously not a politician. I mean, politicians love revenge.
There's still time.
I remember, Mrs. Thatcher abolished the GLC, and how many years later Ken Livingstone got re-elected to the great... Mayor. And he stood up, his first sentence was, as I was saying before I was interrupted. I remember Geoffrey Howe putting the knife into Mrs. Thatcher, and actually Geoffrey Howe made that one speech that brought her down. And I also remember Anne Widdecombe putting the knife fairly and squarely into Michael Howard, saying he had something of the night about him.